Oh man, I'm sucking wind today, top of this volcano. Kind of like my OpenClaw agents are when they run into rate limits. They're sucking because they're running too many scripts that they don't need to be running. Day 5. It's not about agents, it's about code. Now, this won't be some great epiphany for most of you if you've been in software. But as I mentioned last night in my video, and I've been working through last night and today, it was an epiphany for me to truly understand what's going on under the hood, the beauty and the power of programming languages, what they're able to do, why software has been eating the world, in Mark Andreessen's famous words, and what SaaS really is, and why it's screwed. So the revelation for me is that these scripts have always been around. It's just been cost prohibitive for a normal person like me who doesn't have the ability to program it myself. Something like a HubSpot. This is the one I'm going to focus on, because I want to automate everything with regard to social media publishing, blog publishing, along with the other stuff like competitor research and all that. But the social media posting is a pain in the butt, and I want to automate it. And yes, I know that there's scripts that have been able to do this forever, and you know, I can pay a couple $100 to HubSpot, $500 a month, whatever. But if Claude Code can build me a HubSpot in 30 minutes, why wouldn't I just build my own with only the features I need, none of the features I don't need, and put it in my own dashboard? That makes a lot more sense to me, and that is what's possible. So it's not about telling an agent, hey, it's now possible to build $1 billion app in 30 minutes. Go do this for me. That's not cost effective. It's better to tell Claude Code in the LLM, which is much, much higher usage limits, hey, let's build my own version of HubSpot for this company of mine. This is what I need. This is what I use. This is how we use it. This is what I want it to do. And Claude can build that exact thing for me that I can then put in my own dashboard. But what I am doing, and we'll see if it works. This video, if it works for me today, this video will be uploaded from a Python script running on my own computer, on my terminal, which I just have figured out how to use in the last few days. First time ever. So, I mean, since I was using DOS in like 92 or whatever it was. But that's a little different, because you had the prompt written down, you just had to type it out to load the game off the floppy disk or whatever. But this is the first time I've used terminal in forever. And so if it works, if the script works, all SaaS is simply a fancy wrapper around a script, right? And so if the scripts work, then I can just put a little bit of a nice user interface wrapper on it. Suddenly I have my own software as a service, and Claude wrote it in a few minutes, and it's equal to, in performance, $1 billion company like HubSpot. And so that's what's exciting. It's not about the agents, it's about the code. Now, if I get that accomplished, then it's a question of figuring out, okay, so what do I really need the agents for? If Claude can write me a script for absolutely everything that I want to do online, for pretty much every action. So today it wrote a bunch of different scripts to strip all of the content from all the old WordPress sites that I have, because I'm going to get rid of WordPress completely in the next 30 days, and all the old sites that haven't been high priority or high urgency to get rid of. I mean, not to get rid of the sites, but to upgrade them and put them on a different platform. I'm going to rebuild either with just Claude Code and then put it on something like someone recommended in one of the first videos, Hetzner with Coolify, which basically is like a Netlify or Vercel sort of copy, allows you to do that on your own server, or just get a Vercel account, or I'll just use Lovable and Supabase and their cloud hosting. Whatever it is, Claude wrote me the script to get all of that content off of all the WordPress sites and put it in an organized manner that I can then use on a much more updated, instead of a 2015 site, a nice 2026 version. So that's something that's already working. It's just a script. So I could have spent a bunch of time and energy trying to train my agent to do that. Probably run up against token limits again, because I'm still, even though I'm on the Anthropic Max plan, I'm still only on the tier 1 with their API, and then whatever. There's people that are saying that they're doing it these other ways that seem very against terms of service. So I'm not going to try that because I don't want to get my account nuked. I'm not in that much of a hurry. But it doesn't seem cost effective to tell my agent to go do those things when Claude will just do it for me. And it's on my basically unlimited plan, so it'll do all those kind of scripts for me that I want, and I can just copy and paste them in a terminal and run them. Voila! I've already exponentially multiplied my output simply by understanding what's happening with code. And because it's not about agents, it's about the code. I would not have been able to do this several months ago without a lot more knowledge than I have about programming. I don't have that knowledge, which millions of other people don't have that knowledge. If you're a programmer, you're like, oh, you're such an idiot. Well, yes, I'm not a programmer. So count yourself blessed for the last 10, 20 years, however long you've been a programmer, but count yourself also fucked because you better have something else to offer because now Claude Code's doing 99% of your job better and exponentially faster than you. And I don't mean that to insult programmers. Jeez, like the world has been built on software. Thank you. We owe you a massive debt. It's simply that understanding of, oh geez, this is a massive change and nobody knows how it's going to shake out or how it's going to impact not just hundreds of thousands or millions of people, but tens of millions of people around the world that suddenly are getting replaced by AI. We're kind of in the same boat at this point because for most people, I don't think you know what's going to happen. You can't predict what's going to happen over the next few months with AI, let alone the next few years. So don't make too much fun of me because I'm trying to learn this stuff and we're going to be on a level playing field. So we're all going to be newbies at this. But I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I do want to be able to continue living and being productive and not be stuck in a permanent underclass as some sort of a slave grunt or cast outside the city walls because I won't take their stupid poison jab or whatever it is. I mean, I'm willing to go that route if it's what happens, but I'd rather figure out how to use these tools and at least have a fun 6 months, 12, 18 months of building and creating and helping other people that I know that have a lot to bring to the world, also building and creating. And if we can do that and make it productive and make it work, then that's awesome. Then it's going to be completely worth the effort and the energy to try and figure this out and put it all together. And the other thing is if I know what's going on under the hood, I'm going to be much more capable in directing agents to do things and understanding why they shouldn't do certain tasks, should do others, how to set those different frameworks and guardrails and whatnot up to avoid overages and to avoid them going crazy and doing things that they don't need to be doing. Understanding what's going on behind the scenes is sort of like understanding fundamentals. You can't coach basketball if you don't understand the basic fundamentals of basketball. No matter how good you think you can just copy and paste the game plan and tell people what to do verbally, if you don't understand the fundamentals, you're going to be missing tons of things in real time that you're only going to see if you truly, deeply grasp what's going on out there on the floor. Because you've played the game, you've coached the game, you've watched the game, you've analyzed the game, you understand everything that's going on. And so for me, that's what this process that I'm going through right now is. And it's a big epiphany to be like, damn, it's not about agents, it's about code. And if everything, if like even 80% of what people want to use agents for can just be done with simple scripts, then that just gets rid of the whole SaaS portion. Now suddenly, oh, well, it's just easy, repeatable scripts that then you can apply to every project, to every client, to everything. And then you just train an agent to simply do the activity that's low token rate usage and that's drawing from those already pre-written scripts. Now suddenly it's a whole different ballgame that's much more efficient. So that's what I'm looking forward to continuing to figure out and implement. And I'm hoping that this video will be automatically uploaded to YouTube via Python script. That just sounds so crazy for me to say, but let's see.